Hi everyone, it's so enormously nice to be here with you, to feel the atmosphere here. And so I start with saying thank you. I'm so proud to be here. And I'm really proud to actually represent the tech industry in Sweden by being Managing Director of TechSverige. We represent 1,400 member companies. It's the Swedish one, the international one, the small, the large, the new ones and the old ones. And we try to work together with our companies to have a world-leading tech industry in Sweden. Our companies have around 100,000 employees. So thank you for letting me give you some of the words from our perspective here. As you know, Sweden have a really strong tech industry. Thanks to you and thanks to all the people working. Over the years, the tech industry has been quite successful, we must say. And we could actually see now that the tech industry has also become a cornerstone of the Swedish economy. As you can see here, it's actually like that the total value added from the tech industry to the Swedish GDP is now 281 billion, at least it was in 2020, and I suppose it's even more now. So it's been an enormous growth how the tech industry contribute to the Swedish welfare and to the Swedish society. It's actually like that the tech industry contribute as much as the old basic industries like the forestry and the mining and the paper products contribute together. So you could be really proud. We're part of an industry that is growing, that contributes, and not only by these figures we could see what it contributes, it's also what we do on a daily basis to make the world better in the society on a daily basis, for security, the twin transition, not at least, and I mean the whole sustainable growth that we will be key actors to manage all that kind of stuff. So you should be proud. We really work with meaningful questions, and it's really important. And despite the economical situation today and the global situation, when we ask our member companies, they still have a quite positive outlook for the future, maybe the most positive outlook than any other industries have. We need to be prepared that it would be a slowdown in growth, but still our company says that they still search for people. There's still a big shortage of tech talents. Our estimates is that we have a shortage of 70,000 tech professionals, and the shortfalls is around all the competence, mostly in programming, but the growing ones are around data analysts, and it's also around security and AI. And to attract and remain competitive, the tech companies must work to be attractive. And then you can't appeal just to men, of course. You need to appeal to all different kind of people with different backgrounds and different persons. And today we have a problem. That's why we're here as well. It's only 30% of the people working in the tech industry that are women. And if we go to the more tech-oriented roles, such as developers, where it's unfortunately even lower. And by the way, do you know that the 5th most common work in Sweden is today to be a software developer, actually. So we're starting to be one of the biggest also occupations. And it's not good, of course. It's only 19% that are women, but it could have been even worse a couple of years ago. But it's 19% of the 5th most common occupation in Sweden that are women. So the gender differences, it contributes also to the gender-divided labor market. As you can see here, we have around 30% of women that actually are in the post-secondary level into ICT. It's been a positive curve, though, but it's too slow, I would say, and it's not good enough. We all have a big role to do here, and we have a big role to play when it comes to the younger generation. since research shows that the bias starts really early when it comes to what kind of subjects that we are interested in or encouraged to do. So we as like the people that work in the industry, we need to really capture the young ones, and we need the school, the government, the municipalities and all that other actors to work with us to make more of the girls interested into tech. And we could see some positive results. I think so, really, but we need to do more. And of course, the responsibility of the tech industry in promoting gender equality and inclusion cannot be overstated. It's our role to work with this on a daily basis, here and now. And we could do that, of course, by ourselves to challenge the stereotypes and the biases, and also promoting the message, as I feel today here, the inspiration about the work, the different kind of works, the meaningful works, the work that really shapes the future. We need to spread the word, we need to do it together. But we also need to work with the culture of inclusion, of course. It's everything else is stupid. We need to have a culture of inclusion. And that's also a culture of success, I would say. So we need to provide equal opportunities of professional growth. We need to make a broader recruitment pipelines and, of course, encourage women to be tech leaders. So, and we need to make progress. We need to also look into progress. We need to have the numbers and all that stuff. And that's what also we do at TechSverige. We try to spread the word. This autumn we had launched a campaign called Addera Tech, where we actually try to just get attracting to more individuals, particularly women in working age, to come to the tech industry, to understand the meaningful work we have, the different kind of work. And we actually reach out by our ads and social media to 700,000 individuals. We hope it will work. We hope we all can work with that more to reach out. We also have a checklist for gender equality. Give it to your company. You can find it on our website, techsverige.se. And it's a guideline for leaders, for workers, for the board and everything, how to work with inclusiveness and everything. So, and this year we actually also offers all the member companies to monitor their gender inclusion. We work together with Nyckeltalsinstitutet and Jämix, and it's a possibility for companies to check out how it's actually working out, all the things we're doing, or if you don't do anything. So we hope more other companies will use that kind of offer from us as well. But there is still a long way to go. It is, and it's going too slow. I'm one of the first persons to say that, and I know you say it as well. And we need to make this work together. So I'm so grateful for this event, for the Women in Tech, for all the commitment and engagement that are happening today here and around the country today as well, but we need to do it on a daily basis. We will continue to prioritize this. I know many of our companies doing it on a daily basis as well, and we need to do it to have a tech industry that is world leading. Then it needs to be inclusive, and we need to take care of all the potential of all the individuals. Thank you.
Thank you, Åsa. We're actually keeping you on stage because we're going to do a short panel.
That's right.
Because we also want to the stage Ariella Rotstein Gille, who is co-lead at ICAx, and Charlotta Kvarnström, partner and leader in technology, media, and telecom sector at EY.
Ooh.
Hello. Trends in tech is what we're doing. So, quick round of introductions. What do you do, and what's the most interesting tech thing that's happening right now, according to you? Do you want to start?
I can start. Hi, everyone. I'm Charlotta Kvarnström. I'm the market segment leader for technology, media, and telecommunications at EY Nordics. I'm super excited about many emerging tech, so I could speak a very long time about that. I would like to mention a couple of things. I think I attended Mobile World Congress a few weeks ago, and one of the most exciting things there is that there's an initiative now to open up the potential of the networks and the connectivity to the larger development community. So 8 open APIs is going to unleash this power of connectivity to developers, and 21 operators is supporting that. I can go on, but I would also say quantum. Quantum is super exciting. It will help us solve a lot of complex problems we can't solve today at a much higher calculation rate. That said, it can also disrupt a lot of other technologies we're using. Happy to speak more about that later.
Ariella, what about you?
Yes. Hi, I'm working as a co-lead for ICAx, which is an innovation hub at ICA. And what we do is we explore and experiment around new business opportunities for ICA. And when I don't do that, I also usually say that I feel like, you know, the song "Och jag är mamma, 40 plus, känner mig tuff." That's a bit how it is at home also. Have 2 kids and yeah, afraid of the teenage part that is coming up. But with the tech part, it's okay. But with the tech part, the interesting part I find, maybe it's not a technology in itself, but what is really exciting, I think, is that we have a lot of technology to change the food system. And of course, I'm into that because I work for ICA, but that's really exciting, I think. And there's already many things out there, but we need to scale it. And in order to scale it, we need to find new business models and new ways of handling the system. And that's really what innovation is about.
I agree. So what's the one thing that you're personally most interested in tech-wise?
I don't know. I think me as a person, I really like more to be into tech. It should be easy. It should be something useful. And then, I mean, the latest
You're preaching
thing is,
to the choir. I'm a
yeah.
user experience designer.
Yeah.
Like, usability is what I do.
What you do,
yeah.
But I mean, ChatGPT, that's what everybody's talking about. But the good part is, I mean, the technical part is really interesting.
Yeah.
The good part is that it's coming all the way out to normal people, ordinary people, not just the techie part of the society. And I think that is a good thing. It's going to make us embrace it or hate it or discuss it and everything. And that's good for society, I would say. Yeah.
Can I make an admission? I actually, after I'd written this panel questions, went into ChatGPT and was like, what's a good trend panel questions to ask these amazing people? It wrote the same questions. I feel obsolete. How should we as individuals like tackle trends and like new technology? How should we just jump and do it straight away, or should we wait? Like, how do we approach new trends?
No, but I think it's just what you said about ChatGPT as an example. It does it's a democratization of knowledge and insights. I think that's the most interesting part of that, to be honest. But should we jump on it? I think it's a matter of timing and context. I think, well, that said, I think we all need to understand that technology will be key enablers for value and solutions in the future. And if we're not part of it, we're not part of shaping the future. So I think it's important, super important to stay on top, but also understand context and timing. If we take enterprise 5G as an example, we have the connectivity and the network, if it's a sliced network or whatever it might be. But if the sensors are not there, if all the parts of the ecosystem is not there, the ruggedized equipment, it's still not going to create business value. So emerging tech needs to work with other emerging techs and other components in order to create business value, because it's not the value in itself.
Yeah, cool tech isn't cool if it's just cool, then you won't use it. So, good point.
And I think to build on that, I think also with new tech is to stay informed and to follow what is happening, so you are able to make more informed choices for yourself, both I think privately and professionally. To, if you're also interested to see what is the benefits, what is the risk, how can I cope with it, and then also when you're doing innovation, start small. You don't need to, embrace it all and do everything within it, but you can start small if it's within for example, renewable energy and you want to maybe invest in it or see what is out there, well, start maybe, buying solar panels for your house and see how is that working for me. So start small and be informed and embrace it in a thoughtful way.
Great question. Like a big thing that's happening now, we're going to talk more about it this afternoon, artificial intelligence. What do you think is going to be the biggest impact for the people, for us who work in tech within the next couple of years with artificial intelligence?
I actually think what is happening now with ChatGPT is like more people is going to be techie people. More people is going to be techie people because you can't actually live without it.
I hope so. It's fun here.
Yeah, it's fun here, but it's also going to be more consumerized. It's going to be easier. It's going to be the way to do your work, to do your daily life, to check your health or whatever. So it's going to be more included in ordinary people's life. And that's the good part, I would say. So, and that will also, I think, help us to make more interested to work with it as well. You see the potential, you see how it's working. So
I heard a Internet of Things professor say the future of technology is going to be more like Hogwarts than a spaceship, because like it's just going to be built-in magic in all the things. What do you predict for the future?
With AI or in general?
Yeah, all of the things.
All of the things. Yeah. That's a big question.
Sorry.
No, but starting with AI, I think, I like this example with David Guetta writing this new Eminem song using 2 different AI tools. So one is for voice recognition.
What happened?
No, so he wrote an Eminem song, and one he used voice recognition, and then he used another AI tool for creating the music and the lyrics. And that creates a lot of interesting questions because it's going to have an impact on creative jobs, as an example. So who has the copyright, intellectual property rights when AI creates the content? How do humans differentiate? How do we collaborate with AI? How do we upskill? So AI is super, super interesting, and especially when we go into generative AI, when AI is generating the data that AI will be using, what happens then? But then we have quantum again. I mean, quantum has, can solve super complex problems that we're not able to solve for today, such as much more sophisticated climate models or cure diseases, because we can't have that compute power, and it can calculate at a much higher rate. It will also have a huge impact on cryptography, for example. So blockchain, Bitcoin, payments, and what happens when things are totally impossible to break if it's not used for good. So there's so many interesting things happening, but I think it's important with the governance around it, making sure that we use it for good. And
I think coming 10 years, Jared Leonard just say the future is already here, we just don't pay attention to it. And I think that's quite interesting because a lot of the technology is here today. But in other industries, such as healthcare, I think it's going to be interesting coming 10 years to see that we're going to go from sick care to actually healthcare. I mean, we say healthcare today.
Care for the, make health, not.
So, and that's interesting with the Nico Health, Daniel Ek's, the new scanning thing that you can predict your diseases in the future or how you will live. And also it was this guy in the US, Brian Johnson, the tech millionaire that is now the whole focus of age reversal. And he's the first human that actually is getting younger.
Really?
And he has a team of 20 doctors and doing 100 tests a day, and he doesn't do anything else. But I think that's but still, it's
quality of life, everyone. That's it. Yeah.
Living his life, but he's getting younger, so that's really. But it's interesting, and of course, we will learn a lot from that. So it's really here, and it's again maybe a matter of scaling and make it available for everyone.
Yeah. Future, what do you think? Where are we
You
going?
said it very well, I think. I hope we will use it for the good part of it. And I'm a bit afraid of the dark side of it. So we really need to figure it out how to work with this in a good way. I believe in the good of the people and everything, but we can actually use it now also to foster the bad way of using it. So I hope for that one as well. As much as I would like to talk about the future as the positive way, it's through taking care of all the dark side as well. We need to focus on that as well.
Excellent. Let's focus on the risks now as we end this panel. Darkness. Here we go. What are the biggest risks to close off that you want to, like challenges you want to send off? Because these are the people who are going to fix all our problems in tech, I suppose. So what challenges and risks do we see that we want to highlight to our audience? So they can fix it.
Yeah, I think one thing is, again, making sure we have diversity of thought. We're shaping the future. Technology is the single most important lever to accelerate, for example, sustainability pace or solve for problems that we need to solve on this planet. And if we don't have diversity for thought, if we don't engage in that together, we're not part of shaping the future. And we're handing that over to someone else. So that would be my sort of key concern.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Good.
I want to emphasize on that one. I totally agree. I just want to emphasize. No, but diversity and I think also a sustainable way of handling things. Just to emphasize what you said, but when Amazon they developed a recruitment tool with an algorithm, and then it based on 10 years previously data. And what had happened is that they only recruited white men, because previously 10 years, all the data said that, you should hire white men.
Yeah,
so the diversity, it's the same with face recognition. 90% accuracy of white people, but black women, it's like 60% accuracy. So,
yeah. Well said.
This is so interesting, and I hope that you can keep having these conversations with the audience for the rest of the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.